Do you love buying new equipment? I am at the point where I'm getting ready to move up in a weight, and it got me thinking about buying the next piece of equipment. And I thought, let's talk about that. Today, let's talk about when, what, how, why to buy new equipment. If you look at my collection over here, you don't accidentally grow an arsenal. I probably have an inclination to buy more things than I need, and I'm going to do better. My name is Chris Butterworth. This is the Healthy Butter channel. We talk here about the effects of aging, being in your 50s and 60s, and things not working the way that they should. Father time kind of grinding us down, and we want to fight back against father time every day, every step of the way. When I was in my early 50s, when I turned 50, I had chronic back pain. I had some issues. Today at 56, I feel great, and functional fitness has helped me get there. Kettlebells, clubs, and Mace. And so what I'm trying to do here is share everything I've learned so that your path to being pain-free can be a little easier than mine was. So let's talk about that. I'm going to talk about a couple of different pieces of equipment today, and how, why do we need more? Let me grab one right here. This is my Adex Club. This is my first Adex Club. I have two, and this is the standard handle. It's set right now to 15 pounds. The club itself with the spindle on top is 5 pounds, and I have two 5-pound blocks on it, the red and the blue. That's a whole different story. We'll talk about war paint on your clubs, but I thought all black was boring. Anyway, I have been doing a long cycle club routine for quite some time, and I'm at the point where I'm pretty close to being able to do 24 minutes straight through, or 24 rounds straight through with this club. I've done it before where I went up to 17.5 pounds. I went a little too fast, a little too hard, and I got to the point where the workout was a little bit too hard, so I went back down to 15. And I've been doing this for a few months, and I'm working my way up a little bit at a time. I'm taking breaks, and my work sets keep getting longer, and my breaks keep getting fewer, and I'm probably a month or two away. The great thing about Adex clubs is that they're adjustable. I can take this off. I can take the spindle off. I can grab a 2.5-pound weight and put it right on the top there, and we would have a 17.5-pound club. No problem. And that is probably what I will do. In fact, I have a second club. I mentioned earlier that I have two of these Adex clubs, and I will probably keep one at 15 and one at 17.5, except that my wife is using the other one right now. It's set at 6.25 pounds for her. So either we'll have to get her another small club, or I'm going to have to go back and forth between adding something here or not. However, set that down. Just knowing that I'm about a month away from moving up in weight, I don't know why, but I find myself constantly checking out websites, or something will come up in my feed and I click on it and I'm like, oh, shiny, look at how cool that is. And I kind of imagine, what if you had a whole set? Because what I don't like is, I don't want one club from this manufacturer and one from that, and you have this hodgepodge collection. Although, if each one has a story and each one means something to you, you're going to like it. So I guess as I've tried to build my collection, I like that each piece has a story or a history, why you bought it, when you bought it. I also like that things get old and have history, that you've been using this piece of equipment for 4 years, 5 years. I want to be able to say 10 years, 15 years, that it has history and it becomes a part of you. So, I don't know what the right answer is. I would love to go online, see this beautiful set of clubs that's probably $1,500 for the set or $2,000 for the set, and just have it all. And I would never use the really heavy ones because I'm not doing 50-pound clubs or 60-pound clubs. But it just would look awesome to have it kind of sitting on the wall over there. The other thought is, do I need one? maybe I move this up to 17, 17 and a half. My wife keeps using the other one, and I buy a 15-pound club. Or maybe, whatever. But it's just one of those things, right? I live in America. We are a consumerist society, and it sometimes feels good to have something, especially when it's just cool, when you see it and you want it to be able to buy it. But with Adex clubs, the fact that they're adjustable and that they can grow with you, and the whole concept is that you don't need to buy an entire collection of clubs. You have one or two and you stagger the weight and they grow with you. I'm going to try to hold for that. So I'm a month or two away from clearing this weight. I want to be able to get all the way through so that I can do 24 rounds without putting it down. And I'll probably do that 3 or 4 times, 5 times, until the point where I'm really, really comfortable with it. And then I'll start introducing 17 and a half pounds. So let's see if I can do that without buying a weight. The next one is Mace. I'm running a couple of different Mace programs. I have a Adex standard handle. This Mace right now is 13 and a quarter pounds. And I use this for my kata, which is kind of a longer flow, not quite a flow, but a longer series of movements. And there's some that are where the Mace gets really far away from your body. Doing things like that, it's you can't do a heavier weight because it's on such a lever, right? Like even this with 13 and a quarter pounds, I can hold it here, but the further it gets away, it gets to be really heavy. And so you can't do your heaviest weight at that kind of leverage. So this is 13 and a quarter pounds. But similar to the club, I am getting close to being able to do the whole thing without stopping. I'm probably a couple months away. But I find myself thinking 13 and a quarter, if I move up to 14 or 15 pounds and start over at a smaller scale, boy, do I need a 15-pound, and I start thinking about, there are just so many cool manufacturers out there and custom. Most of it's custom, right? And I start thinking about, the reality is, I'm going to take a 1 1/4 inch plate. I'm going to unscrew this and put a 1 1/4 inch weight right on here. And this will now be 14 and a half pounds and it'll be perfect. There's no reason to buy that Mace. My other program, I use this other Adex Mace, which is the fat handle Mace. And I actually prefer this one. This is my favorite handle. And this one is set at 15 and a half pounds right now. And I use this for my Mace grind, and I use this for my light version of 360s, when I do 360s for high volumes. And I'm getting to the point on both of those where it's a month or two away from adding weight. I'm getting to the end of these cycles, and they're all kind of coinciding. So I start thinking about that kind of stuff. But similarly, this has a 5-pound block on it, and then it has a 1 1/4 pound weight. So I will unscrew this. I will take the 1 1/4 off, just pinch my finger, and I will put a 2 and a half on here. So I'll take this 1 1/4, put it on the other Mace. I'll take a 2 and a half and put it on here, and boom, we'll be ready to move up. There's absolutely no reason for me to buy a new Mace. Until this is my 20-pound Mace. This is my heavy Mace. And so I do my heavy 360s with this. And I'm getting to the point, I'm a ways away from moving up. There will come a time where when I want to do heavy 360s, I'll probably move up to a 25. And we'll have to talk about adding weight to the Adex. When you start to get into the heavier weights with the Adex, it gets long. The Mace gets really long. And so I want to be careful with that. Adex does have a heavy sleeve that goes over the top. So you could do extra weights on it, but it's really expensive. So we'll have to pick our spot there. Again, that's at least 6 months away. I don't have to worry about that yet, but it's just food for thought. If you're online, if you're looking at this stuff, it seems like every year there's a new manufacturer that's coming online. There's more choices for adjustable maces and clubs than there's ever been before. There's multiple manufacturers that make adjustable kettlebells. There's custom maces, custom clubs. There's high end. There's simple. There's a lot of options out there. And so if you have the means, if you're willing to pay for shipping, it's just one of those things. For me personally, when I love it, I'm more likely to use it. And let's change that, because I use it all the time anyway. But when I love it, I'm excited about it. Like, you get a new one. This particular one is 15 pounds, and I had it custom made for me, and it has Healthy Butter engraved right on it. I love this mace. So this puts a smile on my face every time I get a chance to use it. So I guess the real question is, do you need one? Do you want one? And can you get one? I find that when it's time to move up in the next weight is when I sort of get amped up about it. And I'm going to try, as we head into the next couple of months, I'm going to try to bury that down and not buy a new one at this time. But if I do, I will do a review of it here. Hope that was helpful. Let me know what you think. What equipment do you have? What equipment do you want? And are you able to pull the trigger? And other than that, we'll just keep knocking this program out day after day, and we'll grow in this together. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Go get better.